Hey guys, it is New Year's Day and we are here at the barn for day one of demolition and renovations. We are here with our kids because we think that it's important to include the kids, not only so they learn necessary skills that they otherwise might not have, but also because we're going to be spending so much time here, they can spend the time with us and we're not missing out on them or running them or dropping them off and missing that time together. So hopefully not only we'll renovate the barn, but hopefully they'll create memories here that will make it just as equally important to them as it is to the rest of the family.
What's up, kids? You ready to work?
Yeah.
All right.
At some point, dreams stop living in your head and start demanding space, just as this bank barn has done since its standing, which is estimated to be in the early to middle 1800s. Long before us, long before power tools and deadlines and to-do lists. It's seen generations come and go, seasons change, and work done the hard way.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Jess, the maker behind Script and Grain, and this is where our business, our family of 7, and a leap of faith all collide. We don't have the perfect plan, just a shared vision and the willingness to figure it out together.
Before we could dive right in, we had to slow down. It wasn't about demolition yet, it was about responsibility. We wanted this to feel like their project too. Real tools, real responsibility, and the understanding that safety comes first, always.
Your own hammers, you have your own gloves, tool belts, and safety glasses. So while we're down here working, I want you wearing all that stuff. It is important that you guys are part of this. Okay? It's important you learn how this works and how to rehab something and how to put work and stuff into it. So there's all your stuff.
A lot of what the kids learned today were not big, flashy skills. They were the basics, the kind of things that usually get overlooked. And while we started with how to be safe, it quickly turned into other tasks as well.
Mommy, I don't know what to do with my hammer.
Like how to use a hammer, and how to use a drill, and how to even change the drill bit. And while much of the learning happened by doing, just as much was learned by watching. We made the decision early on to salvage as much as we could. Not just because it made sense, but because it mattered.
Push down. Hi, girl.
These old boards will become workbenches, shelves, and a workspace that works for me. It's a good reminder that not everything needs to be shiny and new to be valuable. For the first day, we came prepared with the basics: drills, hammers, PPE, trash bags, and, well, snacks. So we did one thing right: several walkthroughs of the barn so we would know what we needed to get started.
Bring it down a little bit. Okay, now walk straight. Keep going all the way to the other side. Keep this side.
But like most real projects, we also realized pretty quickly that we didn't have a few things that would have made the day easier.
Aren't you going to put effort into it?
Like a shop vac for starters, the right drill bits, and, well, likely more snacks and maybe not staying awake to see the New Year's ball drop. Today, we weren't just learning how to take a space apart. We're learning how to work through it together. And it didn't always look great, trust me. There were tired arms, frustration, a few moments of I don't want to be here from all of us. But that's real life. And that's what happens when you invite your family into something that actually matters. Not every lesson was about tools or wood or old boards. Some were about patience, about listening, about stepping back and letting someone else figure it out. By the end of the day, the barn sure looked different, and so did we. Not because everything went perfectly, but because we stayed in it. And maybe that's what it really takes to turn a dream into a physical place. Not just vision or plans, but showing up, even on those hard days, and choosing to build it together. So there's no big reveal just yet. Tomorrow, there will be more to do, much more to learn, and probably a few things we'll have to redo. But after waiting such a long time, we can take our time too.
Day one demo. we took down endless pieces of wood from shelving that was previously constructed here and has been here for a while. It took multiple hours to do. We have 2 bumps on the head and endless snack breaks to try to get us through working together as a family. You guys want to come sit? No. Go ahead, Dad.
This was step 1. We had to clean out this basement area. This is going to be the workshop, so in order to get started with what we want this to end up looking like, we had to start with a blank slate. So we are about halfway done, but I think the hard part's done for the time being. All the kids were a big help. Was a lot of snack breaks, but we got through it. Probably about 5 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to repurpose all the wood we're sitting on to make new tables for the workshop, and we'll get back at it tomorrow.
Yeah, so I will just take a walk around so you can see what it looks like now that all the shelving's down. There's still plywood on the walls that we are going to be taking down as well, but there is electrical and light switches that are attached to some of it, so we can't go ahead and rip all of that out. We just took, or had the kids take actually, the loose nails and pull them out, so it would be easier when the time comes in order to dismantle it. All right.
Once everything's done and cleaned out, swept clean, and we have a blank slate, we will have to bring the electrician in. They're going to have to rewire basically everything down here. That's a little bit beyond us, but we'll certainly have video of it as we go along.
All right, let's go take a look.
The fam, they are sitting surrounded by all of the wood that was previously shelving on the other side. We swept and cleaned this area out so that we could store it. And over here is where all the shelving pre-existed. It was all against the back wall and going up each of these columns in the middle, as well as against this wall right here. Against this wall right here, as you can see, there's still plywood that is covering up barn doors that are on the outside of it, which are beautiful. And, you know, in all honesty, we are going to try to salvage not just that plywood, but everything that added characteristic to the barn as well. Over against that wall where the kids are standing, that's the plywood that I would like to have removed so that we can fully expose the beautiful brick that I'm assuming was the original part of the barn. This is the electrical mess, as well as our snacks to get us through the day. And all of the electrical is what is above our heads and that we need somebody to come in order to look at. We're going to leave, there's a table over here. We're going to leave that for now. We'll move shelving that is metal. Some of it is actually screwed to the wall. So we'll have to double check and see that, yep, that one's screwed to the wall as well. So we'll have to double check and make sure that we can rip that out. Here's the aftermath. A lot of room. This is just the perfect space for a workshop. Future area of my lasers, a big workbench, lots of storage, a shipping area. It's a little easier to envision now that it is an open space.
Things about our barn here is all the wood that you see is all chestnut. We actually had a structural engineer come in and take a look at things, and you can actually see it was all hand hewn. So somebody took an axe and chopped this down to straighten it out. Nothing was put through a saw. And this is a big beam. This is probably 1 foot by 1 foot beam. It's pretty cool. The structural engineer really loved it. He really liked at the bottom. There's not a lot of rot going on underneath. So he said that means that the building is dry, it's structurally stable. So pretty cool characteristics of an old barn. Now this was a bank barn. Come over here, Jess. And you can see that there's an offset over here on the wall. Now the wall isn't the prettiest, and we'll clean that up later. But there's an offset right in the wall, and that's where the actual wagon and carts would pull in. So that's where the actual bank was built up. So they made the wall, had to make the foundation thicker at that location. And you can see it bumps back in where the ground would taper off on the outside. One other thing to look at is up here along these beams, you can see that everything's nice and dry and you don't see a lot of wood rot. It means we have a good structurally stable barn. So as we continue to clean this mess up, and it will start to look better and better. This is probably the worst timber of all of them, but the engineer said still in great shape, very good. And yeah, over here you can get a better look at the bank barn. So he was thinking the barn sometime between the 1880s, 1800 to 1880, as he's thinking. We can't nail down a date. The title search doesn't go back that far, but I mean, back in that time, certainly horse and wagon, horse and buggy would be coming in through and going up into the top piece of the barn. So goal is salvage everything, refinish it, get everything looking nice, and yeah, it'll be our workspace.